guys, as always, thanks for stopping by. Take two, here we go. When are we going to say enough is enough? Yep, let's talk about that. Today's episode is brought to you by the best millimeter 10mm Mark 10 from CMMG. It's a Banshee that just eats that best millimeter 10mm. It's perfect for home defense, a truck gun, bear hunting, or pounding steel at the range. I absolutely love mine. It runs. Tons of options, and you can choose from 10 different color Cerakote options as well. Find your Mark 10 best millimeter 10mm and more over at cmmginc.com. Hey, as always, I appreciate every thumbs up. You Patriots absolutely rock. A thumbs up, even a comment down below was a huge help. So thanks. All right, I open with the fact that I'm on a take a number 2. And I'm not stopping on this one. Got a little bit fired up. You can hear my voice is a little bit shot. I always have people go, "Oh, show us those first bad takes." No. The question is, when is enough going to be enough? Let me walk you through 3 different stories, and I'm going to do this pretty quickly. And then I'm going to ask you what you think about each of these. And maybe the overall picture is my question is, when are we going to stand up and say enough is enough? When is the tipping point? Up first, we go to Nashville just this week on Tuesday. Catch this. The Nashville Metro PD on Tuesday executed a search warrant. Full kit, 6 a.m., masks, ARs, full ballistic helmets, full ballistic vests, and the big Rudy Tooty point and shooties. And I counted to Mississippi on this one. They go bang, bang, and knock. I counted up to 5 Mississippi before the breaching tool was inserted. Not the bang, not the big one, but the breaching tool goes in about 5 seconds, 6 seconds. So they execute it. They go in, they tear the door off the hinges. They get in there, they take a family and they put them at Rudy Tooty point and shooty point. And guess what? They were in the wrong home. Complete and utter nonsense, absolute nonsense. Here's why. Because the Metro, had not updated the data that they pulled that information from for the address for the individual they were looking at, had not been updated since when? Last November. It's now August, y'all. And so they execute at the wrong home, scare the bejesus out of these people. You can hear a lady in the background as soon as they do the first knock. She says, "Hang on, there's kids in here." Do they hang on? Of course not. They go right on in to the wrong house. Now, here's what makes the difference in this case. They were wearing body cameras. And that does. Anytime there is footage, that's going to change things because we are a visual society these days. So now at this point, 3 officers have been decommissioned. My question is, I don't know what that means. Do they now work for the city and they're still doing like other jobs? Or are they completely gone? I don't know what decommission means, but there are 3. And people are going to have to be held responsible for this, tearing off the door off of the hinges and going in and scaring people. Like, this is bad. Not good at all. Question here also for me is, when is enough enough? Like, in this day and age, do they really have to do that? And here's why. Innocent until proven guilty. Even if the person they were looking for was in that home, they're still innocent. Until you prove me guilty in a court of law, we're all innocent. Yet they're still going in with a 5-second breach. Not good, y'all. All right, let's go to Portland. Won't spend long on this one. Y'all have seen this about a week and a half ago. A mob went down to a residential area and began to yell at the affluent people. There's all different levels of what affluent means, but people that had some means in a gentrified area of the city, and began to yell at them, "You need to move." One was even yelling, part of the mob was yelling, "Open your wallet." In other words, we want what you have, but we don't want to have to work for it or pay the price that you paid to get what you have. We're at the point now where mobs are going into downtown areas or going into residential areas and saying, "You need to move." Why? Based on the content of your heart? No. Based on your character? Nope. Based on this right here. Oh, and by the way, that mob was these people. I'm not willing to say that out loud on here, but I'll type it out. It was these folks. Complete nonsense. Echoes at this point to what happened over the last several years, last decade in South Africa. And for me, it also raises the bigger question of affluence in America. If you have too much, you're going to be in trouble and the mob won't like you unless you are a celebrity. Even Big Mike has now been complaining this week in having her second or third home, a massive book deal, and a Netflix deal worth triple digits, triple in the millions. yet now she's depressed because of the way America is going. And that's okay to have that level of affluence, but not live in downtown Portland. So trouble a brewing, a lot going on in Portland. All right, finally we go to Baltimore. This one happened several weeks ago. It happened in June, but I don't think it's made the national news so far. We're in a point now in August, right now, there's a lot of online learning going on. Even the school systems here are 100% online or mostly online. And now we have these interactions taking place across mediated communication, and they're using digital communication. And in June, there was an 11-year-old Boy Scout. 11-year-old Boy Scout was in a meeting with a teacher, and the teacher noticed in the background one of these, a Rudy Tooty point and shooty. And what did the teacher do? Did the teacher go, yes, this is America? Or did she say, yes, this is your private residence, do what you want? Oh, of course not. She alerted the authorities. And what did the authorities do? Yep, they did what authorities do. They came down and did an investigation, came into the house, and searched the kid's bedroom. An 11-year-old, full uniform, rolling into a bedroom, and what did they find? A Red Ryder BB gun.
No, I want an official Red Ryder combination 200 millimeter rifle.
When I was 11, I was super into my BB gun. I had a great one, a Daisy, pump action, 10 pumps, and you could take out turtles and birds and all sorts of frogs down at the creek. I was also a Boy Scout at that time, and at that time, 5th grade, I was transitioning more towards the .22 long rifle. But regardless, again, it's not the state's job, but this is a red-blooded American kid, and they are now having the police walk through their bedroom. Two things. One, where do we draw the line with the police? But then also, why is it that teacher's job to now police one of her students? Now, there's some areas that teachers do have the responsibility to pay attention to. A kid comes in with bruises, yeah, we're going to have a conversation about that. But not about what's going on in the background on a kid's wall. No. The school system said that that wall and that room that kid brings to the digital environment, that is the classroom. And so now what goes on in the bedroom, because that's now the classroom, school policy now dictates or now has oversight within the private home. That's a mess, and for me, that's a problem. Now, we're at the point now, those are 3 stories: Baltimore, Portland, and where was the other one? Oh, Nashville, right here in Tennessee. We're at the point now where my question is this: when is enough enough? These are not cherry-picked small issues. These kind of things are going on in a lot of different places. My question is this: when are we going to stand up? I challenge y'all with the same question as well. When are you going to stand up? When is enough enough? Where is the tipping point, or when is the tipping point going to be? There's more of us than there are of them. Even though they have all of the microphones, all the cameras, and all of the mainstream media locked up, there's still more of us. The bedrock of America is solid. Now, I challenge you with that question, when is enough enough? But I also challenge you to stay within reality. The guy 2 weeks ago that said on here that if he was one of the McCloskeys in St. Louis, he would have been stacking bodies like cord wood. To that I say, LOL, no you wouldn't, you keyboard warrior. In reality, which is where I hope to live, I hope I do live there, where and when is the tipping point? When is enough enough? What's coming down the road? Would love to hear your opinion. Now, to me, or from me, anybody that's against us, the fabric of our society, who we are as a people, Boy Scouts of America, red-blooded American kids with their Red Ryder BB guns or whatever they own that's okay with their parents, to anybody that is against that, the fabric of who we are as a society, or these things, from my cold, dead hands. Bye.